Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is senior insider for NFL Network, a friend of the program, host of the weekly wrap-up of the Rap Sheet and Friends, us being friends, he being Rap Sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rapoport.
Hey.
Rap, what's going on, buddy?
What's happening? How are you guys?
Hey, everything is great over here. We hope the same for you. Not as much pizzazz as a few weeks back.
I'm worried.
Yeah, we're a little bit worried about the pizzazz. Yeah, you need to up.
My personal pizzazz?
Yes. Low.
I'm okay.
It's been low.
I mean, Aaron signed before you went on vacation. You should be happy.
Yeah, that's it. Let's get right into it. Aaron,
No, actually, the signing was perfectly timed because I played golf in the morning, and then it became clear in the afternoon. I actually just hopped off the Peloton, and I was ready. So it was actually, the timing was great for me.
Okay, so let's talk about the timing. It is before the mandatory minicamp for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers officially signs 1 year, $10 million. I don't know if you were one of the assholes that was reporting he was going to want $40 million or something, but there's a lot of you guys. Well, sorry, a lot of people in your vein of existence that were saying that the reason why nobody was signing him is because the amount of money. The reason why he hadn't signed with the Steelers because he was commanding and demanding a massive contract, especially with whatever people are making. We reported very early in the process that was not true. I think we even said $10 million is about the number that it would probably take for Aaron. He's not looking to get rich. He just wants to look for another chance to win.
I mean, he said it on this show, didn't he?
Yes, and before he said it on the show, we reported that source Sis had told us something, but obviously nobody listened to us because we wear T-shirts and talk about sports better than they do. Now, with that being said, how long has this deal been the framework? Has this been the offer since the beginning from the Steelers to Aaron? And why do you think Aaron chose this time to sign? And what are the Steelers saying behind the scenes?
Okay, we'll get to the offer first. The $10 million number made sense. And, if you're going to sign a quarterback who has done what Aaron Rodgers has done and, was on the open market, but it was different because it's not like he was like, all right, I'm going to the highest bidder. Like, he's very selective. Not that many teams, from what I got the sense, were in the mix because, he's not going to go to a team that doesn't have a chance. For instance, he's not going to go, some team that's rebuilding. So it's actually very limited. So the way you do a deal for a guy like Aaron Rodgers is you're kind of like, what would it take for you to play? Like, that's basically how the Steelers would do it. And there's a really good history of really good veteran, accomplished, decorated quarterbacks in the final, let's say, 1 or maybe 2 years of their career taking less. Brady took less. Peyton took less. Elway took less. A lot of these guys do it to give the team. Yeah, that's another one. Exactly right. And I know it hurt his agent, Tom Connon, to do, but this is what you do it so the team can build around you. The Steelers aren't done building also, but this is sort of why you do it. You take a low salary and you say, I'm not doing this for the money. And you kind of just hope the team loads up around you. I would also say, I always kind of weirdly got the sense that Rodgers was uncomfortable making so much money. That sounds weird to say maybe, but I kind of got the sense he didn't like how it felt to make so much. So, this is probably something he's a little more comfortable with.
Yeah. I think you're right, Ian. I think you're right. Yeah,
good take. I like that.
Yeah, but I do think he was very comfortable with whatever team he was to go to next, whatever team it was to be after the Jets, even if it was the Jets. I think he went in there willing to restructure and the whole conversation.
Took a pay cut there.
I think even when he was there, he took a pay cut. I think he wants a good team. I think he wants another run. I think that's what all these OGs want, which is why they're willing to take a little bit less. Let's stick with the Pittsburgh Steelers because we have to kind of roll here. TJ Watt deal now, next on deck. Is that kind of the idea here?
Yeah, I don't get the sense it'll be immediate. These things take time. I don't know why. They always do. This is, something that is ongoing. We'll see if he's there for mandatory minicamp. Rarely do players give up guaranteed give up money. Rarely do players take fines, but some do. So we might see a couple players stay away. There's a couple who hang in the balance. I mean, TJ Watt is one. Terry McLaurin is another. This is the next big deal for the Steelers to do. I believe it's going to happen. I believe they'll get to a number that everyone can be happy with. It just hasn't happened yet. While the edge market, such a great play. While the edge market is kind of a little bit in flux with Trey Hendrickson and Micah not done, this is another one that we're kind of waiting on.
Okay, so TJ, you bring up Terry McLaurin. He left OTAs.
Yep.
Is that accurate?
I believe he showed up I'm not sure if he left or I don't know how much he was there to begin with, but I know he was not there for a lot of it. And I would say very much up in the air whether he shows up this week at a contract situation that, as of right now, is not great.
Okay, we'd love to have him back here in Indianapolis. He is an Indianapolis kid. Feels like this happens every couple years with Terry McLaurin, and all he does is show up and deliver on the field. You got Jaden Daniels, you got Cliff Kingsbury, you had the magical run you had last year. Let's assume they keep Terry around. Let's assume TJ stays with Pittsburgh. Hopefully that starts expediting quickly. Let's talk about this secondary market now. Jaire Alexander gets released from the Green Bay Packers this morning. You thought they were going to potentially get a deal done. Thought it got quiet. It has not, clearly. They make the announcement, the bird call, hey, we're going to release Jaire Alexander. Now, this obviously means other teams can put together some trade proposals here in the next 4 hours or so to maybe steal him from getting released and take a trade. But with him, Jalen Ramsey, Stephon Gilmore, there's a lot in the DB room still available. What do you think is next for Jaire?
Yeah, you're right. I was a little surprised because he's really talented. He's, not a bad guy. There's no, he's a little bit different and really hilarious, honestly, but not a bad guy. It just really what the Packers tried to do a deal before the draft. I know they did. Couldn't come up with a team that wanted to pay $15.3 million for Jaire Alexander. Offered him a restructured deal, which I believe was a pay cut, and he just never really dug in on that. And I think, sort of part of the thought was if it's not going to be Green Bay, let me pick. Let me go find a place. He's going to make some money. He's going to make some real money. He's made some in the past. But let me pick. I mean, he's 28. He is a Pro Bowl caliber player with sick ball skills. These guys are not often available. So I think he's going to have a real market. It might be before training camp, or he might decide to wait a little bit because he's in no hurry. But it's rare that these guys are actually on the market.
Got it. Is he healthy?
Yes, I believe he is healthy. Last year ended not great, but I believe is and has been healthy, yes.
Okay. Setback. He's a phenomenal player. Everything Rap Sheet said. His last 4 seasons, only one season went over 600 snaps.
So that's the thing.
That's the thing, for sure. So probably be an incentive-laden contract, but he's worth taking a shot on for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Come to Indianapolis, brother. We'd love to see you. And we'll make you captain when you're playing back in your hometown. We'll never, ever forget it. Chubb going to Houston Texans. Is there anything else in the NFL world that we've missed? That's a huge signing. Chubb going anywhere is a big deal. Mm-hmm. If he's anywhere near what he was, this is a massive get for the Houston Texans. Is there any other signing that or any other things happening around the NFL we've missed?
First, I like this one.
I hate it.
We'll see how much he has left. If he's close to what he was, I mean, look. If he's close to what he was, him and Joe Mixon are going to be a insanely physical duo. The only thing I would say that you guys missed, so I like this signing. This should be official today. I believe he's going to pass the physical. Only thing you guys missed was David Chang, the respected chef and personality, was on Good Morning Football this week, named his 5 best NFL cities with regards to their best sandwiches.
Okay.
And left out Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so he sucks. That's what I heard. That guy sucks.
I mean, Pittsburgh to me is top 3 sandwich place in the country.
Top 3. We are a sandwich city. That is literally what we are.
Literally.
Tier 1.
Why is this guy on television talking about sports? What's his name?
David Chang.
Mama Boku, he's great.
For TST, what are these dudes' names?
Hercules Gomez and Sebastian Salazar, I believe.
Bombs. Get them off microphones. John Mellencamp, bomb. Get him off microphone. This guy, bomb. Get him off television. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life.
Not anymore.
Sometimes you got to say the right thing. And last one here.
Something mean.
Germaine Pratt, Tom Pelissero literally just reported while we were live, captain of the Bengals, top 10 tackler for the Bengals last year, has been released by the Cincinnati Bengals. I have no idea how much money he's making, but are they trying to make a move here to get money for Trey Hendrickson, or is this just them trying to shape up their roster, you think, Ian Rapoport?
Well, first of all, you always say, like, come to Indy. This guy might actually come to Indy. I mean, Lou Anarumo is the Indy defensive coordinator. This was one of his favorites. This actually does make a lot of sense for Germaine Pratt to land in Indy, so I'll say that. Yes, this is good news for Trey Hendrickson. They got mandatory minicamp. We'll see if they're able to get a deal done. I know they want to. This does free up some cash. Things do not exist in a vacuum. We'll see if it ends up in a deal for Trey.
It saves $5.6 million for the Cincinnati Bengals, so every dollar counts, especially whenever you're trying to sign a big money sack king in Trey Hendrickson, if that is still what they're trying to do. We appreciate the hell out of you, Ian. You are not a bum like Chef Chang.
Let's go. Chef Chang is great, by the way. Momofuku is awesome, and they have great sandwiches there. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I'll never eat there. He's been on Good Morning Football more than Derek. No, D-Bucks.
No, D-Bucks guest host.
More than you, bro.
I've never been on Good Morning Football.
Okay.
It's a good show. That sounds interesting to me. To be clear, Chef Chang, I don't know anything about you, but I know you don't know shit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rapoport.
Yay.
Why'd he do that?